Welcome to the Center of Light with spiritual teacher, intuitive, musician, composer, and best-selling author of The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth, your host, Keith Anthony Blanchard.
Let the healing begin. I don't know why I have postponed this presentation. The topic of this presentation, depression, make it stop. I guess it's time. Everyone is depressed to some degree or another. Are they not? If they weren't, everyone would be bouncing up and down the street in absolute, complete joy, ecstatically, blissfully all the time. The majority has depression to some level or another. I strongly suggest that if you have someone that you can reach, whether they are close to you or not, that however long this presentation lasts, an hour plus, of their life can change their life, share that to their wall or tag them right here, right now. Or at least tomorrow, when you approve of its content. The power of healing that's going to come through this platform, Center of Light, God's grace to me, through me, to you, is no doubt going to be life transforming. Sounds like a big, powerful message, doesn't it? Pretty bold, isn't it, Keith? I have no doubt. What does it require from the person seeking healing? It requires them to be fully engaged. But Keith, you don't understand this thing. I understand what the level of life that can happen to anyone. I've had my share. And mine has kicked my ass. It has. As to why I can sit before you now in all confidence to tell you I have a pearl inside of the world's oyster for you. Depression is no joke. Make it stop. I was in it. Dark night of the soul. It sucks. There's no hope. Despair. The abyss. The void. Make it stop. No one can make it stop. But you. This presentation tonight is not about trivializing anyone's life situation. And if you believe that, through whatever I may say, Spirit may bring forth, you haven't stuck around long enough. You can have a very powerful, intimate relationship with yourself when you simply appreciate your in and out breath. Your in and out breath can become a magnificent love affair. Take that in. If you truly want out of your depression, this presentation, no doubt, will pop your fishing cork on top of the water. Or has the potential to do that, provided you allow it. And follow the instructions and my love and my gesture of grace, because I care, and implement in your life. And no sooner than soon, you will find your head again above water, breathing in precious air. That same breath I asked you that if you became aware of and you have a passionate love affair with, you will again surface. Tonight's presentation is depression. Make it stop. I want to start off with this new thing I'm going to be doing. Swamji Viswa Yogi. Let me show you who he is. God realized man from India that I am blessed to be in his proximity often. God. This is God on earth. He says this before any presentation anywhere in the world that he gives to, be it public officials, government officials, scientists, whoever, doctors. This came from from a little boy. I know he was very young, 8, 9 years old. Whether you participate or not is okay with me. And what I'm doing via this question and answer echo with you is creating a gridlock of divine intention, that we all become one and we become locked as a world. Not as a group of 15, 16, 20 people hanging out in this forum presently. To yourself or out loud, you can repeat after me. One we are. We are all one. One family, only one family. We are all only one family. I, you, he, she, this, and that, and all. We are all universal family. Whatever the religion may be, whatever the race may be, whatever the nation may be, whatever the language may be, we are all human beings. We're all human family. Let us unite in the name of humanity. Let us unite for peace and prosperity. Let us unite for our Mother Earth in the universe. Unity makes us strong and peaceful. Unity brings us bliss and prosperity. If we unite, we can make ourselves, if we unite, we can make miracles. If we unite, we can throw away poverty. If we unite, we can bring the Lord to the earth. Unity is our strength. Humanity is our life. Excuse me, boy, that crud, I'm telling you, it'll grab you and hold that thing. Right now, in this forum, I am going to drop a few links. One is about suicide control, a presentation I did some time back. Another one I am going to drop is the opposite of depression, which would be anxiety. My very first Center of Light presentation to the masses I've ever done. Anxiety no more. I want my life back. Depression is hyperfixed and focused on the past. Anxiety is worried about the future. Again, this presentation is not about trivializing your experience. In this forum, you will find links to our support link. I appreciate your donations. Links to 2 of my movies. All these cool things. Subscribe to my YouTube page, please. We are the awakened humanity. What is happening on Earth is not about the Earth. What is happening on Earth is cosmic. World Religion Day. I am the Director of Community Outreach. January 20th, Memphis, Tennessee, Caritas Village. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Memphis, Tennessee. Take a very short pause. Enjoy some brand new Lavender de Soul. Hello, everyone. Look at all these delicious, sexy people. Samantha, Kelly, Lorena, Melanie, Heather, Kayleen. Christopher, Jackie, Teresa, Rena, David, Emerson. Nice to meet you, brother. It is David. Vanita, Mike DuPont, Sonia, Karen Cox, Carmen Shasha. Do the Shasha, y'all. Brenda Smoke, please in the house. Abby, Greg, Elwood, Joe Smith. Joe, do that impression of Eddie Money for me, brother. Trey McDowell, Dalval, Patty. Hi, Patty Broussard. Happy New Year. Sandra, Melissa McElroy, Angela, Tina, Lisa Farmer, Kirk Williams, Mike Devaki, Steve Stum. Again, y'all, thank you very much for joining me. I don't know why this presentation is called Year of the Pig. Oh my God. Wow! It's supposed to say... Let me see if it lets me change it. Bear with me. Welcome out, everybody. That is so strange. Oh, well. Ignore the title up here, Year of the Pig. I will correct that on the backside. What in the world? Oh, well. That's what happens when you overlook. I'm going to be right back. This is a song I wrote many years ago when my son was just born. When he was just born. It's called Heaven. At the time, when I was with my son's mom, she sang it. Production's okay, but you will feel the magic of this beautiful song. And then I'm going to play a Lavender Soul song, and I'll be right back.
It's surprised at the simpleness of her soul. Wasting away in a sea of uncertainty, she had stayed with me for days. I needed love in so many different ways. And as I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never leave. Angel of love, will you always be with me, so I can let go? Reveal to me the beauty of your soul. I turned away, her light was so blinding, the energy of her love. She said goodbye and turned into a dove. As I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me, never leave. Never leave. She turned to me, told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul.
Let's get down to it. Again, if you know someone who is wrestling with depression, consider sending them this presentation now or later after it gets your approval. Again, I must say it's very important that if you are dealing with depression or not, that you understand my heart's intention is to bring about resolution and unity with your greatest good to you. What you do with the information is up to you. Either way, I care about you and I love you. As to why I do this, I am always here. You're not broken. You're just in a situation that's not very blissful. In fact, there's no bliss at all. And that concerns me because of my care. I want to acknowledge everyone who came along. David, I think I said David. Katerina. Danny. Hi, Danny. Hannah. Paula. Weber Jackson. Lisa. Donna Lee Erickson. Martha Slavic. Hey, Martha. And everyone, one and all, I love you. Thank you. Let's get down to the presentation. I have a powerful presentation for you for tonight. Everyone has depression to some level or not. I am going to name some pros and cons about depression. The power of self-control is key to move you not out of, through the illusion of depression. Seemingly real it is when you are in it. The experience of what you're having is real because it's self-induced, it's self-created. But there is other realities to play in. But Keith, you don't understand. I found someone laying in a pool of blood because they committed suicide. Oh, I do understand. I was playing music one night some years ago, and a friend of mine died in my arms because she was shot in the back. Died in my arms. It'll change you. For me, my experience was beautiful in her death. How was that? Because after I was immediately over the anger and the fear of it all, I fell into a space of serenity and bliss and gratitude that she and God, on some level I didn't know to the moment it transpires, that they trusted me to be the one to whisper sweet somethings in her ear as she was passing to the other side. And I left the horror, rather, the experience, the beautiful experience of, ironically, the greatest transition in life is death, being birthed back to the divine. And that's what I took from it. But some other people may not take such things in such a way. And I understand what it's like to be invaded and violated. So where does that leave you if you're one with depression? Be it whatever the experience that has happened in your past. Depression is always about past. Anxiety is always about the future. None of them exemplify the right here and the right now. Where are you, my loved one, right now? Are you here? Because if you're depressed, you're not. You're there. You're in the past. When one begins to see their entire life as this amazing song, and you can play this song at any speed you like, 33 and a half. You can put the record on 45. You can put the record on 78. It's still the same song. Everything can exponentiate, or it could go at this slow, cool, groovy pace, and that's okay. Like it or not, other than the minute number of cases compared to the mass, depression is self-induced. Well, Keith, you don't understand. I'm sorry. Depression is self-induced. You may not know how to juggle, handle, or what to do with the situation, but somehow you did go into a tailspin. In depression, there is no faith for you. I had it. It was hopeless. In depression, there is no faith for you. Is that how it feels to be you, or if you're such a one? There's no faith. Not because you don't want to have it. There's just no faith. There's no faith in you. So there is no other faith to be had toward that which is higher. You can never achieve faith in that which is higher until you have the faith within yourself. And in such a dark place, it seems so alone. I understand there's no faith. There's no hope. So it seems, because you're the one mired in the equation, which is not the formula for your wellness. Though you feel alone, desperate, and lost, you are not alone. There's always joy you can choose, and in so doing, you will find your way. This presentation is a beacon of light if you want it. If you wait for someone to take you out of your depression, dear Jesus, help me, you will be waiting for a very long time. Mind you, Jesus and anyone that you summons, call to, pray to, will help you. But in this drowning pool of darkness, how can someone lift you out of the water that you keep drowning in if you don't ever raise your hand to say, pull me out? You have to have the incentive, the initiative to want to get out of it, like it or not. A lot of depression has to do with, I want people to see me in this place so I can receive energy. Sounds cold, doesn't it? Trust me when I tell you, it's not as cold as the self-bashing bat that one keeps administering on themselves by choosing to stay in depression. It sounds heartless, I know. I don't buck the current of what is true. Spiritual law does not fudge for anyone. This sounds so disempowering. It's everything you've ever wanted, because it puts the responsibility solely, S-O-U-L, solely in your lap, in your hands, in your line of sight, because it gives you your power back. Depression happens when one loses complete sight of themselves. Because the self, the soul, is right here, right now. Do you see that? Well, I do, at least. Not for many people. So they've lost sight of the right here and right now, the self that they are, because they're looking wayward towards the past, hoping to find some sort of common sense to reason with all that happened. That is what brings you into depression. You can't reason with life. The truth does not fudge for anyone. The life does not fudge for anyone. You can't bullshit your way through betterment. You can't. So it's about being honest with yourself, saying, I am in a mess, but it's not who I am. I'm swirling, I'm twirling, I may need someone. Can you come sit by me? Absolutely. Beyond that, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, after you say, I am here for you, all you have to do is ask. And do that conscious and responsibly, because you don't want to enable. Beyond that, the more they stay in depression, when they know they can ask, They're choosing it. You have to become still. Forgive yourself. It's not your fault. What happened to your friend? What happened to your brother, your sister? Not your fault that you lost the job. Life is not fair. Whoever told you life is fair has screwed you out of a great truth. Life is not about being fair. Life is about showing you the truth of what you are bringing forth so you can compare what you are to what you are not. And through those two fictions, well, Keith, if I am not what I am not, then shouldn't I be what I am? No, I'm telling you, that's not what you are either. Because what you think you are and what you think you aren't pale in comparison to what you really are. What lies behind you and what lies before you are small matters compared to the truth that lies within you. Did you feel that? Depression is not a joke. Teresa says, so I'm angry. Sigh. Depression is anger turned inward. Depression is anger turned inward. It's hard for me to swallow, Keith, that I'm choosing to be this way, feel this way. You are not your thoughts, nor are you your feelings. You are convinced that you are the feelings, and the thoughts pull you into it. It's not what you are. You have to unlearn what you've learned, because it's nonsense as to why you're depressed or anxiety ridden. And bring yourself back to the moment. You can't make this changes you can't change your past by being in the past. You have to be present with yourself to offer the gift of something that you're trying to heal. Nakori Perez Batista. Hello, my brand new friend. Jesse Berthola. I'm going to play some videos for you by this rock star. This is the rock star for tonight. It ain't this cat. This is the rock star. Sadhguru means earthly saint. He has awareness in 16 dimensions simultaneously. He's God on earth, just like Swamiji. And he wants to offer those who are living their life not as blissfully as they can be, and would like that to be the case. But you have to want it. You may feel alone, but you're not. But you have to want it. And if you feel this way, I feel the way I feel about you as to why I'm sitting here looking you dead in your eyes via your heart, my heart, to tell you that if you want out, I will help you get in, because in is the way out. In is the way out. In, without a doubt, is the way out. Sadhguru.
If you are capable of causing depression to yourself, I'm saying this not without any concern for your illness or not due to lack of compassion, because that is the nature of what's happening to you. If you're causing depression to yourself, you are able to generate substantial amount of intense emotions and thoughts, but in the wrong direction. If you don't have very strong emotions, very intense thoughts about something, you cannot get depressed. It is just that you are generating thoughts and emotion which work against you, not for you. So you are strong enough to cause depression to yourself because
People all over the planet are waking up.
I would have loved a course at school that would have taught me all the stuff that you're talking about tonight.
We know
for you to cause a mental illness for yourself, unless you're pathologically ill, which is just a small number of people. Rest are all self-created. Most of them are self-created. A few are pathologically ill, they cannot help it. It just comes from within because of genetic and other factors. Almost everybody here, if we train them towards a certain kind of thought process and emotion and push them a little bit with the outside situations, almost everybody will go lose their mental balance. They will become clinically ill. They can be driven to madness, I'm saying, because the line between sanity and insanity is very thin. People keep pushing it. You get angry, you're pushing the line. It's a thin line. In fact, when you get angry, you know you're pushing the line. That's why the expression, I was mad at somebody. You're not mad at somebody, you're just going mad. You cannot be mad at somebody. You're just pushing your sanity, the boundaries of sanity, and moving into insanity for a certain period of time and coming back. You do one thing every day, you try this, 10 minutes a day. Try intense anger on somebody. What? You will see in 3 months' time, you will be clinically there. Yes. Just try it if you want. Because if you keep pushing the line, you go mad and you come back, you go mad and you come back, one day you're not able to come back, that's all. One day you're not able to turn back, then you're clinically ill. You must understand, even if you got angry for a moment, you're already ill. Maybe you don't get the certificate of diagnosis. They don't slap a certificate on you that you're gone, but you are going, isn't it? You think it's your right to throw tantrums, you think it's your right to get angry with people, you think it's your privilege to be depressed so that you'll get attention from somebody. You keep playing this, one day you will not be able to turn back. Keep crossing the line every day, one day you will see you cannot cross back. That day, you need a doctor. Till then, everybody needed a respite from you, but the day you can't cross back, they get the respite because now they can catch you and give you to a doctor. Otherwise, you're temporarily going mad every day, many times a day. They cannot even send you to an asylum, they have to bear with you, your family, your friends, your people around you. If you get at least truly clinically ill, we can hand you over. There's one temple in Tamil Nadu, where they chain you and keep you. Where there is no hospital, no psychological for ailments, there's no hospital. There is a temple that somebody created which is supposed to push people back into sanity. So, families just take them and leave them there, they're shackled and left in the temple. You give them some money, they'll feed you, and you're just there like an animal, tied up. I think if hospitals were run like this, a lot of people wouldn't go crazy. They would maintain their sanity. Right now it's too deluxe. If you make hospital extremely comfortable, it'll become an incentive to become sick. And you have incentives in your life to become ill, right from your childhood. You got the maximum attention only when you fell ill. When you are happy, they screamed at you. When you squealed in joy, they screamed back at you, adults. You… then boo-boo, 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 boo-boo. When you are a child, physical illness is good because you'll get attention from your mother and father and everybody around you, and you don't have to go to school on that day. So you learn the art of falling physically ill. But once you get married, you learn the art of becoming mentally ill. Because if you want to get attention, you go sit in a corner, act depressed, people will pay attention to you. So, you keep playing this game, one day you're not able to cross the line back. That day, you're clinically ill. Unfortunately, in many ways, not just in the way that I said now, in many different ways, I would say 70% of illnesses on the planet, all kinds, are self-created. Even if you get an infection, there is a way. If you keep yourself in a certain way, physically and mentally, the virus and the bacteria will not work the same way as it works upon somebody else. If you set yourself like this, no matter what's happening, anyway, I have to go and do this, this and this. There's no break from that. The last 29 years, I have not been able to cancel one program because I'm running temperature, I got a cold, I got this, I got that. It doesn't matter what's happening, what you have to do, you anyway have to do. You can't turn back on that. Either out of your commitment or you have a boss like that. One way or the other, if it happens, then you will see, you will not at all fall sick so often. Because if you have temperature, you still have to go. If it's summer, you still go, right? Now, a lot of people don't go. It's a little hot outside, they don't go and work. Little cold outside, they don't go and work. A little raining, they won't go and work. A snowflake, they will not go and work. This is just weather. So for every change in weather, if you have the comfort of covering yourself in a blanket and lying down, once you create that, your body will learn to fall sick as often as possible. If you just keep it this way, it doesn't matter what it is, anyway I have to go and do what I have to do, you will see your body will just bounce back as quickly as possible, even if it gets the worst kind of infections. So, you just have to set the necessary conditions for health, necessary incentives for health, both for yourself and your children if you have them. Do not set incentives for sickness. The child is sick, observe him from a distance, never go cuddle him. He knows that's the worst time of his life and he knows he has to get well soon. And give him the best attention when he is joyful. You will see he naturally learns from within, his very chemistry will learn. that it pays to be joyful, it doesn't pay to be sick. If you make this very clear to your own biology, to your own chemistry and to everybody around you, you will see people will not fall sick as often as they are right now. So set that up for yourself. You'll see you will get healthy. If you can turn your mind this way, you can also turn it this way. I want you to understand this. No, I'm like this because my father abused me when I was 7 years of age. If you know all that bullshit, you can as well turn yourself around, isn't it? It's time. You must understand, mentally, physiologically, chemically, energy-wise, you must clearly understand it doesn't pay to be sick, unhappy, depressed. It doesn't pay. To be joyful and ecstatic, it pays. If you make this clear to all these people inside, they will all behave properly.
That's what you call light in the form of information. You have to find it within yourself, and nobody can show you how to do it. You have to declare and stand up out of your chair and say, I am done with this experience. Nothing will change until you do that. You may pray to Jesus, you may pray to Buddha, and in your prayers, one day you may find yourself having the courage to stand up and say, I'm done with this. But no matter what, you have to be the one to say, I'm done with it. 70% of illness is self-created. It's all self-created, but self-created in a way that we understand. We bring it upon ourselves. For a person who does not get attention, be it someone who is depressed or someone who is physically ill all the time, we have learned that being sick gives me attention. So after a while of getting one level of attention and you want more, and you up the game on levels you don't understand that you're thinking, feeling, and expressing and being and emoting and radiating to the universe saying, please give me more of this. You up the game to see how much more attention you can get, and you find yourself in the hospital. And everyone will pay attention to you, but it comes at a deadly price. I am looking forward to my mortality. Not just yet. I have a son to raise. But for those who are living in depression, the last thing they want, but then again, it also can very well be the first thing they want, which is their mortality. And the universe has a phenomenal sense of humor because it won't give you the one that you want. Why is that? Why, when I wish my life would go from me like that because I am so depressed that it won't go? Because that's what you think it's going to take to alleviate your conundrum. And for those people who want to live, suddenly out of nowhere they get in a car accident. Why is that? What is all that? There is a divine symphony, an orchestra playing all the time. All the time. And it's called your life. And your life unmonitored, if you are one that's depressed, is the one that's trying to keep up with the better players in the symphony. And you keep hitting those clunker notes. They call them blue notes or brown notes. The bad notes. Or you're in harmony with those around you and yourself and your life. No matter who you are around, if you are happy, you are not influenced, and you are happy and joyful and blissful. no matter who you are, if you're miserable, everyone will influence you, and you will influence everyone else in return. Misery. That is called law. The fact that you are hearing my voice is changing you on levels you're not even aware of. That is called law. Because I have an intention, a divine intention, to bring about light information. Whether someone accepts this presentation or not is irrelevant. The fact that you just heard what I said, if you turn this presentation off or not, it's too late. You have been affected. Slowly but surely, things for you will become corrected. Because every time you go into depression, you will hear my voice. And there is nothing you can do about it. Nothing. You are on your way to be healed. You can exponentiate it. If you take it in and use it as a tool, either way, it will use you as a tool. Because you can never escape this presentation once you've heard it. In fact, if you shut it off, it's going to speak louder to you. I had to shut it off. I had to shut it off. That means it's working. Depression is not the reason you were born. You were not born to be depressed. Depression arises of trying to control the past. Non-acceptance of the past. You don't have to like it. Just accept it. It's what happened. I can't change it. Having so many thoughts about all that didn't go right in the past, that they have reached a point of critical mass, and they're constantly erupting, turning your emotions into lava. You are so habitually thinking about the past that it's so engulfed you like a volcano, and it's erupting. And it's spewing out of you like lava. You don't want to be in that dark hole alone. I understand. I get it. I was there. From the divine principle, for those who have joined up for the 12-week course, that's going to happen Tuesday or Wednesday. I will let you know as soon as no later than 2 days. Hang with me. I'm working. I have many different schedules. People can do, people cannot. So I'm going to appease everybody to my best. And I love you. You must sign up now. I will send you the PDF or the audio book. $100 for the book and the course. It will change your life. It's changed mine. From the divine principle. This is me speaking with spirit. But it's so scary to go there into those dark places. God says, I know you feel intimidated, but I assure you that if you're willing to go through hell to get to heaven, the divine that occupies these seemingly empty spaces will be revealed to you. And I say to God, that's easy for you to say. Know that I understand your reluctance to confront the abyss of your own demons. That being said, do it anyway. For I am here with you in places where you are not present within yourself, to give you what only I, God, can. The feeling that everything is okay. All you need to do is let go. It's about surrender. All you need to do is let go and expand your awareness until you recognize the sureness of that. And I say, ask, will you walk with me? Spirit says, right by your side, beloved. When we understand who walks next to us all the time, we will never be afraid again. From Jesus last year, received in a meditation. As you continue to become conscious of your soul, the shackles of fear, control of your past, and anguish will fall from your ankles. The wounds, calluses, and scars, all self-created with the hopes to protect, can now fade into healing. The payoff: soul expansion and divine conscious recall. In this marriage with Divine Parent, you have creative freedom, power, and light. And the expression of these forces will propel God in you. Cultivate your divine soil, remove all weeds, and prepare a healthy garden for planting sacred seeds of love and light. This is the highest thing you can do for yourself, and begins the process of your own eternal liberation. It's your choice.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
Above and look at your life, and you see the life you live. Can you be surprised that it all turned out this way and not the way you planned? It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling you not to run and hide. See what your life could be when you visualize. It's about what you choose that you'll realize. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Now it's time for you to plan out your life. Seeing what you do by your own design. It's all up to you to make it what you can. It's of your own free will. What don't you understand? Choice, life's a choice.
It's a choice. Tonight we talked about, earlier, Sadhguru, which I'm going to get to shortly. One more excerpt from my book, The Divine Principle. Tonight's presentation is Depression. Make it stop. I have a video I'm going to play before Sadhguru. It's going to shake you. I suggest now, if you need a napkin, tissue, to dry your snotty nose and your wet eyes, go get it now. It's going to kick you in your pants. From the Divine Principle. God is telling me in meditation, you will hear the soft voice of the soul whispering its wisdom into your heart. And I say, I've been able to do this before when I've meditated on some other issues, but I can't seem to consciously make the connection on this. God says, then you must go even deeper to discover where your demon or demons dwell. When you find it, it will probably look like a scared child cowering in the corner. But do not be fooled by its appearance, dear one, and do not attempt to offer it pity, because it can and will take advantage of you. If you must, use another intense visualization to yank your demon out of your subconscious. Then offer it to the light of spirit and consciousness, and watch it melt like all the vampires you have seen in the movies. When you begin to see through all of your illusions, my beloveds, the beauty that has always been there will humble you. The circle of life will then curve back within you, and suddenly God will be present for you at a conscious level. I am going to bring to you now a video that sparked the title of this presentation, which is Depression, Make It Stop. It's going to affect you. God, you are blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, what the person beside you is dealing with right now is the worst storm they ever been in. The Negro poet says, I've known rivers, but you ain't never been in an avalanche like this. You ain't never had to deal with this level of opposition. You've never had to face this heavy of an attack. You ain't never been broke like this. Amen. You ain't never been depressed like this. You ain't never been this empty. It's the worst storm you ever been in. If it wasn't that heavy, I wouldn't even be sitting in here. But it's serious what I'm dealing with right now. It's so serious, I don't even like talking about it. If I talk about it, it's either going to make me angry or it's going to make me cry. And the storm is not just affecting me.
Come on.
It's affecting everybody that's connected to me. Y'all ain't never been there, but you know you really anointed when everybody in your crew going through at the same time. God, I can't hear nobody here. Everybody who you close with dealing with something. Y'all can't even ask each other for help because all of y'all got your back up against the wall.
My God.
Hallelujah. And the Bible says the storm hit everything. I'd be all right, Rev, if what I was going through was just spiritual. The storm I'm in is It's affected my relationships. It's affected my friendships. It's affected my kids. It's even affecting me physically. You gotta forgive me for you. You got so many superficial people who's sitting around you who can't even identify at this deep-seated level of grief.
Come on, come on.
And what really ticks you off is hearing people complain about petty stuff. And they don't know what I'm dealing with. I'm up to here. And folk got an attitude because you ain't tell them about how you feel and what you're struggling with. But you didn't even have the words to match the emotion. But I came into God's house just to find out, God, can you make it stop?
Woo, come on now.
Just make it stop. Just make it stop. It just keeps storming.
Come on.
Car breaking down. Just make it stop. Bills keep rising. Make it stop. My children are getting worse. Make it stop. I didn't come to play church. I came to get in God's face. All right. All right. You got my attention now. Make it stop. Y'all ain't never been there. I don't need you to talk to your neighbor.
Come on now.
I don't even need you to say it to yourself. But would you throw your head back and just beg God and say out loud with everything that you can muster, Lord, make it stop. I don't want another funeral in my family. I don't want nobody else being in a financial crunch. I don't want my child mistreated.
That's right.
I don't want to be in another bad, senseless relationship. Make it stop. I can't find the worshipers. Watch this. God says, if you give me glory, I'm changing the environment of your job. If you give me glory, hey, y'all ain't shouting good. He said, if you worship me, I'm changing the spirit of your house.
God.
Hey,
Hallelujah.
where are my worshipers? He said, if you lift up your hand, I'm changing your child's attitude. God is shifting.
Glory.
One of the most powerful things he said in that presentation, which was all of it, when he said, use all that you could muster to say, make it stop. That is called break. It's breaking yourself. You're becoming broken and open. And what you have been hoping for will begin to ooze into your experience effortlessly. You have to want it. You have to stop the insanity of living in the past, or if you're stricken with anxiety, worried about the future. You've lost the powerful, beautiful now. It's the only place you will find relief. It's the only place you will find grace. It's the only place you will find what we call God, infinite universe, consciousness, solace, spirit, bliss. No one, at least in my presence, will ever trivialize your situation. I won't allow it. And neither should you. But what you could do is allow yourself to finally stand up and walk around like a king or a queen. Bow out your chest. You deserve it. It's your turn. Sadhguru, video number 2 from Sadhguru. It's your turn. It's time to heal.
And insanity is so thin. If you push, one day you will cross. There are
by the neck because of pills. This is something that, has been like a raising concern in everybody's mind, because at least that stigma of going to counselors have fortunately come down a little. But the fact that people go to psychiatrists and the fact that they are prescribed pills is somehow still there.
You're telling me? I'm not rubbishing the science. I said, if things are going wrong with your life, it's bad enough. If you get depressed, you're only multiplying the problem. For this, the activists have been… You also? You also? Okay. Okay, I'll explain that. I very much understand. I'm closely associated with various people who are in the profession. And there are many people, because every day I'm meeting thousands of people, not everybody is perfectly sane, a lot of them go off, they need doctors' help, everything. It's not we're discounting that. But if you do not bring the fundamental responsibility in every human being that their physical and mental health is their business, if you do not bring this from an early age, you will see a lot more people will go off. Don't think everybody is pathologically ill, no. Those who are pathologically ill without medication for periods of time, they may not be able to come out at all. Some of them will never come out, that is also there, that's a different matter. But we are talking about all the fringe kind of madness, which all of us have. Something goes wrong, I can also drive myself into depression. I can also drive myself into depression. Something that I want doesn't happen. Everybody capable of driving themselves into depression, isn't it so? Is it possible or not?
So what you're saying is depression is not a choice? I mean, is that what you're saying? You think depression is a choice?
Please understand, there are some who are pathologically ill. It gets them in spite of themselves. But many of them push themselves into it. Suppose you get very angry, what is the expression you use? I'm mad at you. So consciously, willingly you're getting mad because you get some results in the society. If you keep trying it, because the line between sanity and insanity is so thin, if you push, one day you will cross. There are many people in the world who need not be ill, both physically and mentally, not just mental illness I'm talking. Both physically and mentally, they need not be ill. See, right now, for last 50 years, some millions of cardiac surgeries have been done. Today surgeons are clearly telling you, if you go off red meat, you eat the right food, if you exercise, you will not come for the surgery table. Is that against your cardiology? Why is psychology such an insecure profession?
Absolutely not. There is a certain diagnostic criteria for… So, I might be sad, I might be extremely sad, but that does not mean that I am depressed. I am entitled to my sadness.
See, please, who doesn't know this? Do I look so simplistic that I don't understand somebody is sad and somebody is depressed? But is it possible that many people push themselves into depressive states at certain times in their life, and the same people also came out in a determined way? Is it there? Thousands of them? Is it there or no? Yes. Many of them. So, if I say it is open, everybody need not end up with chemicals, maybe it's against a particular profession, but we're talking for humanity.
Thank you, Sadhguru. Although I don't think Anjali is fully convinced on the answer's tangent. Questions?
How do you get fully convinced or not convinced on a fact? If it's your opinion, you can be convinced or not convinced. Is it a fact that many of you, I'm saying most of you are young, you've not seen much life, but even in this little life that you have seen, there were moments when you crossed your sadness and became depressed for a few days. Has it happened to you? And most of you have come out of it without anybody's help, or maybe with a friend or somebody who mentored you a little bit, have you? These are facts, these are not opinions. Suppose tomorrow you lost half your money and you're feeling depressed and your mind says, I want to die. Close your mouth, hold your nose like this for 2 minutes. Your body says, to hell with your money, I want to live.
I would request you to elaborate on aesthetics of life. And my second question is from my friend. I don't know whether you will answer it or not, but I just want to mention it over here because she has requested me to do so. Her question is, what is the purpose of this universe?
Tell your friend I didn't make it.
Thank you so much.
Why am I being blamed for these things? The only thing I have done is, I have figured the nature of my life. And by figuring the nature of this life, I know by inference, every life has happened the same way. Not just every life, the very cosmos has happened the same way. If you know the nature of this life from its origin to its ultimate, you know the nature of everything by inference, everything that's worth knowing. So tell your friend, I didn't make this universe, so don't blame me for such big things. I just figured my way through my life. And if you figure it, you will see the most important thing that's happening in your life right now is that you're alive. Nothing else. Not that stocks have gone up today, that's not the most important thing. Not your love affair, not this and that. If you don't understand what I'm saying, suppose tomorrow you lost… I'm not saying you must wish, I'm not wishing you must lose, but suppose tomorrow you lost half your money and you're feeling depressed and your mind says, I want to die. Close your mouth, hold your nose like this for 2 minutes. Your body says, to hell with your money, I want to live. Tomorrow you found your love affair collapsed and your mind says, I want to die. Check. The life within you says, to hell with your love affair, I want to live. Every time you feel little suicidal or depressed, just check. The life within you says, to hell with all these things, I want to live. So I want to know the most important thing that's happening to you right now is life itself, not the fancy thoughts that you have, not the emotions that you have, not financial arrangements or family arrangements or whatever rubbish you have built around you. These are all accessories to life. These are all frills. Frills are so much you're missing the skirt, that's the whole problem with you. Yes, so much frill. Fundamental things are forgotten. So, this is the most important thing. Right now for most people, life means their job, life means the new house they're building, life means the car that they bought, life means their wife, their husband, their children. No, life means what's throbbing here, not even your body, not your mind, not your thought, not your emotion. What is right now throbbing here, this is life. Because this is on, everything else seems to be meaningful. If this one stops, nothing around you means any damn thing to you or to anybody.
If this thing stops, nothing around you means anything. I hope that this presentation has brought some solace, some peace to you, that who you are and what lies at your home base, this beat in your chest is everything. In that quantum mechanical beating event that's taking place in the center of your chest, center of your being, is everything that has ever been created exists now and could ever possibly happen. There is no reason for your depression. None. Especially on top of all that, when I'm offering myself, my services, my grace, and my gesture. To a brand new Lavender Soul song, Melanie, and all. We're going to start a new album the 1st of February. We're going to write the songs in the recording studio. I'm going to bring a couple, maybe two new ones up. So enjoy. I'm going to be right back when I close the presentation, going inside and going to vessel mode. I love you. Everyone has depression on some level. Ask yourself simply in a meditation, Spirit, showing me where I might be depressed. The world is pressing on you. What do they call that when you press a button? They call it depressing a button. I'm depressing this button. Our buttons have been depressed from society and all that we believe to be true all of our life. If you were not depressed at some level, you would be Sadhguru, spiritually bouncing up and down the road every day of your life. And it's okay, you're not broken. You just want to move down the road further and exponentially toward your bliss. If that's what you want, don't miss this opportunity to reevaluate yourself in such an honest, beautiful, spiritually expansive, intentful way. I'm not joyful. That's okay. I want joy, and that's really fucking okay. Contact me or someone who does the work like me that you can pour yourself out to and know that you are vulnerable. Don't choose otherwise. Find someone you can be your naked, beautiful, vulnerable self. And in the opening up of that place inside of you, the greatest gift will ever happen. You will give yourself all that you deserve. Some unseen Lavender Soul. Gonna be back shortly. And for those who may say, well, who is this man? To be an expert on depression. This man has awareness in 16 dimensions simultaneously. He's an illumined being on the earth. Enjoy some Lavender Soul, unrevealed until this very moment.
Sitting on the front porch, watching the birds fly by, wondering how they get so high. Funny feeling sometimes comes to me. And it makes me sitting on the back porch, waiting for the sun to go down in the sky, wondering how I see the light, and the moon shines its light on me, and it makes me want to see. Sitting on the front porch, looking down from the sky, wondering how'd I get this high, and the moon shines its light on me, and it makes me want to see.
Yeah. All right, I'll do one more song with Lavender Soul. We're going to come back with the close. I'm going to go inside and dialogue with Spirit. Brand new Lavender Soul. Check it out. I'll have to choose which one feels most appropriate. Stick around. Gonna be right back. Stick around.
and you feel the pain, and you drop down on your knees. This pain has made you pray, and you say out loud, are you there? And the answer is, I am everywhere. I am the light you see, and I am the dark. I am in your heart. I am. So run to your pain, don't hide tears, let them run clear. I am them. You're not alone, there's people everywhere. Just look in their eyes, I am them. I am the light you see, and I am the dark. I am in your heart. I am the light you see, and I am the dark. I am in your heart. I am.
Welcome to the close of this presentation, which is Depression, Make It Stop. You have to be the one to stop it. So I'm going to go inside and go into vessel mode, and then I'm going to close with some other Lavender Soul songs if you choose to stick around. This presentation may last another 15 minutes because I'm going to go through my gamut of all of my, quote, last year's amazing, beautiful light. Don't know what buttons I'm going to press. Like now when I fall inside, I don't know what buttons I'm going to depress. Depress is what you do when you press a button. You depress a button. Has your life's buttons been depressed and pressed into such a space that you don't know how to get out, my dear friend? I love you. I understand that. You can make me your excuse to your way out by contacting me. It's not about money for me. I understand. I've been there. We've all been there. We are all depressed to some level. Like I said, if we weren't, we'd be all bouncing up and down the road. And so much glee, people can't stand us. Enjoy some Lavender Soul here shortly. And a few other videos I might play. But right now I'm going to go inside. I want to say thank you to my new chair. I don't know. I'm going to name her Cher. I'm going to name my chair Cher. Cherokee. I'm going to name my chair Cher because I like sharing. That's good enough for me. Let's leave it there. Going to go inside now. So what am I doing and what is about to happen? I really don't know what I'm doing. I know it feels natural to me. I know what I'm doing, but I don't always know how it begins to happen. I know that when I intend and I tend my garden, the soul, me, you, us, we, I, and I apply myself, something begins to happen. What that something is, we can call it God, we can call it Jesus, we can call it a phenomena. It doesn't matter what we call it. It doesn't matter to me, at least. All I know is that what happens inside of me when I do this is so amazing. I crave it. I do this on my own, yes. I don't have to be showboating or doing this in front of people. Keith steps aside. Yanava steps forward. Ya, heart, God, will. Not mind, intellect, discernment, reason. Having the capability to understand that your depression has been self-induced. Va, the backbone. Carrying it out, doing something about it. Yanava, the three primordial sacred sounds of the soul. Steps forward. There's really nothing to say, dear ones. The vessel has no idea how this information comes out of him. As it should be, which sets him somewhat, to use a word, apart, but not a part of the whole. He just kindly and somewhat moves himself out of the way from his own depression and his own nonsense. Now we get to a clear space of understanding, standing that which you are under. Your divine parent who lords above you always. When you understand who walks beside you, you will never be afraid ever again. How does that make you spin? Do you feel like you're going to win as you carry this into your experience? Of course you do. But you don't understand, so it flees me just like that. As soon as you say it, I get it, and then it flees me. Well, it might please you to understand that all you need to do is as the vessel, which is intend to win. Not as a competition above or better than anyone else, but do you intend to reach the objective of this game you call life? There is no greater question that can have ever been posed to you or will ever be posed to you than this. Do you intend to win and reach the objective in this thing you call the game of life? I'll let you sit with that for a moment. If you have not come up with the answer yet, what is your block? What is your difficulty? If your answer was a resounding yes, obviously you are not depressed. If you hesitated, simply ask yourself why. I'm not sure, and that's okay, because in the not knowing is the possibility for infinite potential of everything that could possibly happen that is divinely delicious and juicy for you to fall upon your palate. Stop swinging that judgment mallet and convicting yourself, dear one. You're the prisoner and you are the warden, all at the same time. When you stop convicting yourself and making yourself responsible, irresponsibly, about the past that you have no control over, your life will begin to turn not only in, but over. Red Rover, send John Doe right over. No, no, no. This is not your four-leaf clover, dear one. Lucky you are as a shamrock. You will grab hold of your life when you choose to. And when you do, shortly thereafter, everything will blossom, such as those beautiful clovers you call good luck charms. There is no such thing as good luck. It's what you make of it. Just as easy as it was for you to create depression, likewise it is to create beautiful, sacred, blissful expression. It's simply up to you. As was said in the art, your life is a choice ongoingly forever. Ever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever and ever. And ever and ever and ever and ever. But do you dare endeavor to venture into the forest, the deep, dark forest? But as you venture into that deep, dark forest, you begin to discover things many have not. Beautiful waterfalls, aligned with crystals, being nourished and being fed by the sacred water, and you drink from it. But have you ventured into the forest deep enough, dear one? Or you a fear one that swears they would never? It's your endeavor. Choose it or lose it. Unicorns do exist. Do you believe it? Of course you don't. But when you believe in yourself and the magic that you are, by very nature of who you are here, expressing soul's light, when you believe in yourself, magically, unicorns appear everywhere. Get on that Pegasus of your life. Ride it. It so wants to carry you. The winged animal wants to carry you. The winged horse, Pegasus, unicorn. Of course, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. You know exactly what soul speaks of. That you are above everything else, and that there is something that will come into your experience as a vehicle like that winged horse, Pegasus, or unicorn, of course, to loft you into a beautiful space, a beautiful state of being. Are you seeing what it is I am sharing with you, dear one? It's all you've got. No one is coming to save you until you reach upward yourself. Then your hand can be grabbed, and then you can be pulled into a new place of experience. Out of the abyss, out of the zone of Hades. But of course, it's all at your own pace. As I lay this divine, spiritual, ever-loving grace, don't take too much time if you want to experience the bliss that awaits you in your human fashion. As your life all around you and within you is being fashioned, is it your passion yet to stand up and declare, I am no longer in despair? Walk around like the king. Walk around like the queen. For all you have seen, there is such a greater amount to be experienced. It's time for you to mount yourself upon that horse, and of course in the deep dark wilderness. You will leave behind you in all your depression and all your remorse. And in the garden of soul, you will dwell forever.
Tonight I cry when you're away. When can I say I love you? Some other day may be too late for us to see what we could be. Tonight I so there you go, I let you leave in search of your dreams, in search of your dreams. And when you find you think of me, just call out my name and I'll be there. Tonight I cry. Tonight I without fear I call to you as I shed a tear. I give up to you, I give up for you.
The whole of nature is your playground, and all things in it are your playthings. Regard yourselves as free, as masters of the universe. Most of life's treasures are found in dark and unfamiliar
the creator. Everything you think happens sooner or later. It's up to you. You have free will. That's the way it always was and is still. What's meant to be, think carefully, 'cause that will come true right before you. How does it feel to be master of the universe? It's up to you to lead all of us. What will you do with your free will when everything you always think becomes real? What's meant to be, think carefully, 'cause that will come true right before you. 100 million pieces, making one of each and every heart. Giving one love like you really mean it. Seeing one in each other every day. Loving one is how to get to heaven. Sharing one, the love that you are. Hearing one, that little voice inside. Being one with all the people. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one, your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way. And that's the way to be one. Being one that lives to make a difference. Caring for one who really needs a friend. Opening one to truth that they see, yeah. Lifting one to dwell in the kingdom. Dwell in the kingdom. Sending one only thoughts of happiness. Receiving one love that's your gift. Think as one ends the separation. Being one saves the world. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way. That's the way. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Cause the world to feel peace too. And that's the way.